Your harness has been completed. So basically, this harness was in very, very bad shape. When we got her, we ran her through. It's gone through basically a whole cleaning process, of which 99% of all of the connectors literally fell off. The wiring on this was very worn. So yeah, so we've opened her up, we've gone through it all, we've removed all of the connectors, all of the seals, all of the terminals. We've basically built a skeletal structure in it, okay, and again, all of the new terminals, new connectors, new seals, okay, put on the, this closure roving, okay. We've added in your temperature connector over here so that you can use that little fitting underneath the EFI water temp sensor that you can plug in a Toyota sensor, and then you can just plug that in. That'll bring in the temperature into the vehicle. Okay, oil control valves comes down here and goes to alternator. It goes to your right hand O2 sensor, and then you have your airflow meter connector over there. We've still got our airflow plugged in here, but yeah, all of your injectors, all of your coils, okay, all of those have been, all of the connectors on this harness have been replaced. Cam position sensor, okay, don't forget about your variable intake length connector over there. And then you've got your earth strap. You've got an earth strap on the right hand side, you've got another one over here on the left hand side. We've just put a bridge connector in here for the starter so that we can do the start. Our start stand harness is different. We use a different connector. These have actually been discontinued. Okay, so you didn't send in your sub harness, so we've left that as it is, so yours can just plug straight into that. Okay, coming out of the back here, you've got obviously that earth. You've got your left hand O2 sensor. Make sure that's kept away from the exhaust. And then you have a 6-pin bridge connector over here, which is going to give you the ability to connect up all your reverse lights and speed sensor or whatever you want to do. Basically got four wires here that are going to run through into the cab, and then you've got an ignition positive and a negative. Okay, this side very much the same as the other side. I mean, all of your injectors, coils, whatnot, all of that's been replaced. You've got your VSV. That's been deleted from the ECU, but it is still functional, so if you want to use that. And then we're missing this. We've actually got it on this side of the motor. A little square block over there usually sits over here. Okay, so that is a noise filter, so you don't get any disturbance on your car radio. Left hand oil control valve. You've got your throttle position sensor, pre-VVT cam sensor, okay, and then it goes behind the aircon clutch or behind the aircon compressor, and it comes out over here and it goes into your crank position sensor, and there's your wire for your oil pressure, and then obviously you've also got your trigger for your aircon compressor clutch. Okay, manual configuration, so all of the gearbox stuff's been pulled off, runs down, tees off, goes to your fuse box. So this is a little different to the one that you were used to before. You've got an engine light in here now that's got a replaceable bulb. Okay, you've got your start relay, you've got your 2 fuel control relays. These are 2 separate systems. I'll go into that in a section. And then you've got your EFI and main relays. Okay, and then again everything is documented on the bottom of your fuse box lid. Goes through your grommet over here, goes to your ECU. So you've got your 5 connectors for your ECU, and then you have these 3 connectors for your actual management system. This is your main client plug, so it's a 10-pin client plug. It's going to give you your ignition, fuel and start, so that's enough to get it to run. You have your temperature, oil, charge lights, engine light, you've got your aircon, compressor, clutch. All of this has been documented. I'll go through that in a section. You have a 12-pin connector over here. We give you a patch harness that this plugs into. It'll plug into your accelerator pedal and it'll give you your OBD2 diagnostics port. And then this is your 4-pin bridge connector. Okay, so let's get into all of that there for a little bit. So this is your 12-pin connector, okay, on your harness. It'll plug into, so there's your 12-pin. It'll plug into your engine harness, and it gives you your OBD2 connector, and it gives you your connector for your accelerator pedal. It gives you about 4 feet, okay, and then you've got a document to accompany that, which will go through everything that's in that harness. You don't really need to do anything in this harness. Everything's been pre-wired there for you. This is your client plug, so this is your main connector that you'll be doing for connecting your motor, getting it to run, and connecting it to your vehicle. And again, everything here goes through a very detailed, everything that you need to know on how to connect everything, okay, and what to watch out for. So that's that one. Here's your bridge connector. So this is basically a 4-pin connector that goes into the cab of the vehicle, and this is a 6-pin that goes to your gearbox. Okay, so that's the one that plugs into the back of the engine. And you can connect up your reverse lights, you can connect up speed sensor, whatever you've got 4 conductors that go into the vehicle for whichever purpose you want. Okay, so you can set that up according to your swap. And then your ECU has been flashed, manual application. We've put a performance tune on here for you. You've got no DTCs for transmission, secondary O2s, evap, all of that stuff's been removed from the ECU. So yeah, you should have absolutely no error codes on here. So yeah, let me get everything plugged in, and we will get the airbox plugged on, and put the airflow meter and get everything up and running, and then we will do a DTC scan, and so you can see everything's all good. I have plugged in your ECU. I've plugged in our start stand. So we only use 3 wires on here. Ignition, fuel, start. 12-pin connector goes into that bridge harness, so that gives you your accelerator pedal connection and your OBD2. I have plugged in a little cheapy scanner here. We will do a DTC scan for you. Okay. I've put on the air intake tube and connected up the airflow meter. So yeah, let's quickly switch on. We'll quickly switch on the ignition here, and let's just quickly make sure that we've got proper connection. I don't want to leave it to run for too long, because again, I do not have a cooling system on the motor. So let's just get through this segment of it, and then we'll do a DCC scan after the running of the motor. It's the next one that picks it up. There we go, 9140. No, it didn't pick it up. Let me quickly just double check all my connections and whatnot. Okay, so yeah, the trouble there was it was set up for CAN bus, not K-line. So yeah, let's quickly go back in here and just make sure that it reads the protocol properly. Go, it says okay, it reads it. Okay, and we go in there and it says there are no DTCs, so let's quickly, so there's no DTCs. We're going to quickly run her, because obviously there's some DTCs that'll only be valid after it's started. Building up fuel pressure. yeah, she runs good. There's no issues at all. I hope you enjoy it. It's this is the new way that we build our harnesses, so I think you're going to really like it. It's very self-explanatory on, you know, where everything goes. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it.